As you start to grow and as you start to change and you start to move into your power, you start to move into your sovereignty, you start to defend yourself, you start to really follow your own personal blueprint. Once you do that, please do realize that you are stepping away from the masses of the people. You're stepping away from the control that has been casted over majority of the people in your life. Because of this, the energy is shifting, okay? And when energy moves and when energy shifts, people can feel that. Not only can they feel that, but because they have wounds, they have trauma, and they have insecurities that have not been addressed or worked on, as the energy begins to shift, they start to feel a sense of void. The energy is shifting because you're pulling your energy in. Remember, we're talking about you moving into your sovereignty. So now, where you have given out your energy, pieces of yourself to people, right? And they've been operating off of your energy, as you pull this back, the people around you, if they haven't worked on themselves, they're going to start to feel that void, okay? And because they have insecurities, because they still have wounds, they're going to feel some kind of way about this. They may start to act a little funny. They may start to get a little distant. They may start to kind of look at you a little different. This is normal. You should know that this is normal. Do not be alarmed. This is a part of the process. But you should know what this is now going to trigger inside of you is all of those people pleasing tendencies that you have. People pleasing is one of those toxic, repetitive cycles that will have you cycling in and out of toxic relationships, constantly being stunted and being in stagnant energy. And there are several other toxic repetitive cycles that will have you in stagnant energy. If you don't know what they are, make sure you click the link in the bio, hit on identifying toxic repetitive cycles, and we can go over the rest of them. But people pleasing is definitely one of those patterns that will have you living a terrible life. But as I was saying, this will trigger that people pleasing tendency inside of you. This is your moment to show up and to really let yourself flow into this new energy of being sovereign. As such, you are going to feel a little lonely. It's going to feel a little lonely because the people that you have been around and you at that time were all the same. You were all being massively controlled by trends and fads and media, and you all had insecurities, which is where the people pleasing tendencies came from. But as you start to stand up and you start to regain all of the power that you've been given out for fear of being left out, right? People pleasing tendencies are because you don't want to be left behind, you don't want to be left out, you don't want to be lonely, right? Okay. So as you start to pull your energy back, you pull your power back, and these people start to act a little different and they start to, you know, feel some kind of way, this is going to trigger your people pleasing tendencies. This is the moment where you are to hone in on being sovereign. You're going to want to make them feel better by giving in a little bit. You're going to want to, kind of soothe the loneliness that you may feel by overextending yourself. This is your moment to override that programming. This is programming that you have had years and years of trying to survive with people and, trying to lower yourself so that you fit in. This is not the time to continue to do that. This is the time for you to break away from that. And there are some things that you can do. One thing that you can do is to remind yourself that everybody is capable, okay? Even though they don't see themselves as capable because they're insecure, or they may not know that they're capable, by you standing on your own 2 feet and not people pleasing, not giving in, it makes them have to stand on their own 2 feet, which is why they might be feeling some kind of way about it. But you have to know that they have everything inside of them that they need in order to stand on their own, just like you have everything inside of you that you need to stand on your own. The next thing that you can do is start to focus on yourself, start to focus inward. This whole time you've been giving out your energy, you've been passing it out like like candy, which is why they feel some kind of way now that you being different. You really are. You are really being different. But what you have to understand is it's your choice to be different. You can be different. You're a sovereign being. You can do this today and do something else tomorrow because you have the right to do that. So start focusing on yourself. Start turning inward so you can figure out your own blueprint. Figure out what's inside of you. Figure out the desires that you have and start working towards that. Take steps to do those things that you feel a fire for or that you have a desire to experience. This is not an easy task, okay? It's not an easy task because again, you have had years of programming that have told you that you have to do what everybody else says in order to be liked, in order to be accepted, or you have to, your survival instincts have kicked in and said that you have to stick around with these people in order to survive. But it is not true. It's just programming, baby. So throughout this process, be patient with yourself. You might want to reach out to people and you might want to soothe them. You might want to make them feel better. You might want to, but that's not your job. The way they feel is not your job. As long as you're moving with love and you are taking care of yourself and you're not being disrespectful or anything like that, how they feel is not your responsibility. How they feel is not your problem. Let them grow up, let them develop their own emotional intelligence, and you follow your blueprint. Good luck.